I've been lately maximizing my profits per material with some 3 2x4 builds, some using just scraps, but I bought some hardwood, rough boards of lesser quality that I get for a really good price. This was 6 and 8 foot boards. You've seen me use those in projects so far, and I've got plenty left. Today's project will use 18 inches of each of those two, walnut and maple boards, and make a build that after some research, if I do it well, and I plan to, can get $150. So from $10 or less in materials, I plan to make $150. And that sounds too good to be true, and it kind of is. When I do stuff like a bench or a side table and I price it at 60, 70, or sometimes $80, I sell something that everyone can decide on wanting, or something everyone wants and needs, items everyone uses. When you get into niche stuff, like the build I'm doing today, the profit potential is high, but I might be sitting on it for a few days, weeks, before it sells. So it might not be a numbers game, but this build takes less than 2 hours to make, so it's worth my time. As per usual, I go on the joiner, but I can't do the faces. They're over 6 inches and that's my limit. They're flat enough to give my fence a good enough reference to get nice clean edges. On the table stock, cut them the width you want for each square. For if you haven't guessed it so far, and it wasn't really obvious, a chessboard. You'll notice that later in the video my slices are a bit more narrow. I realized after ripping those that I was making a giant chessboard, and decided to scale it down a bit. I ended up with 1 3/4 inch boards. For the walnut, I'm cutting away the middle, which had a big knot and I don't want it in the board. I'm keeping that part though. It will be used later and it looks spectacular, you'll see. The next step I could have done on the table side, but I want to try to do it on the bed side. And I have a lot of wiggle room because I'll be planing those down later. I'm resawing all those boards in half. When making a chessboard, the actual squares, if you make them thin, will give a more stable board, and as you'll see, it's possible to fade thickness with simple fix. It also saves a lot of money. It went well. Just adjust your angle so the blade stays in the middle. I don't use a fence or even a line. I just eyeball it. The maple was noticeably harder and had me adjusting the angles a bit more, but I got it done. On the planer, it went better after a few small passes, but planed them down and finished by doing the other side too. I ended up around 1/4 inches. To glue those down, I'm ripping a piece of 1/4 inch MDF at 16 by 16 inches, which will be too wide, but just long enough for my plain boards. Trim the board square, then at the length that will leave enough space for the curve to cut 8 times while still getting your squares, I went with 16 inches. glue those all down, I didn't glue the sides onto the MDF board. I used clamps to hold the first board to help me align the rest, then the last boards too. Clamp it down sideways, all the sides. Make sure it's flat and leave it to dry. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video so far. Thanks for watching. Like, leave a comment, I respond to everything. With the blade set to 1/4 inches, I ripped off the excess MDF without risking my wood. Using one of the pieces of wood from earlier as a square reference, I ripped the first cut of the board, then ripped all my 1 3/4 inch slices. With everything square and flat, it went great and was precise. Here, I had a little hole that was probably used to check the humidity on the wood, and I'll start cutting from the other side to avoid it. But first I have to square off that edge. Perfectly avoided. I was hoping from the start I could avoid it. Problem solved. Alternate the boards, then place in a way that looks nice. Then glue it all together, but now just the sides, and clamp well again on a flat surface. Using a softwood 2x2, I slammed it down really flat with a mallet. It saves me a ton of time sanding and gives great results. Using the offcut from earlier, I set my saw to its height to cut trims from the bit of walnut I put aside, the middle part with the knob. I got 2 rips per board for 4 boards total. Set your miter saw to 45 degrees and cut the starting miter. Then work from there. Measure and cut the rest to be nice and tight. Take your time. This is important for great results. This wood had a knot in it, so the figure is insanely cool. Wait till you see the end result. I'm really happy about it. I use red tape to help me align them, and I'll do the same when gluing it up. Add plenty of glue. If there's a squeeze out, it'll be easy to sand or wipe off. And clamp the miters to the board. Sand the board, rub your finger all over it. If it catches anywhere, sand more. You'll want nice, glass smooth. Time to make it pop. I'm using butcher block oil. It looks amazing, even more so on the sides. This is all done. I'm going to sell it, but not before I make some pieces for it. And if you've been watching my channel, you've seen my new Genmitsu ProVar XL 4030S, and it came equipped with this awesome rotary system, which will let me make some perfect chess pieces. I've worked on a less powerful machine, the 4040 Reno, also from Genmitsu, and it made this awesome chess kit that I value a lot in my office. This time though, I'm making it bigger and for sale. I'm keeping my old one. The pieces on the new machine, which is much more powerful, leading to more precision, will be detailed bigger, and I can't wait to get working on that. Subscribe to get notified when this is posted or for more builds of all sorts. Thanks for watching and see you next time.